I'm Warren Perrin. I'm an attorney practicing law with Perrin, Landry, Deloney, Dortez, and Wallet. I also serve as president of Codafil, Council for Development of French in Louisiana. I'm involved with a group of law firms from 5 different states, presently in litigation with BP over the Gulf oil spill. Our group is called the Gulf Oil Disaster Recovery Group. I am the spokesman for the group dealing with international media and press affairs. The principal representation thus far has been dealing with the issues presented with the fishermen who, of course, have been prevented from fishing in the Gulf waters and as a result have been filing claims seeking to get the $5,000 monthly allowances. As soon as the BP spill took place, it occurred to me that it was a remarkable coincidence that it was the British government ordered by the Crown of England that had deported the Acadians from Nova Scotia in the Grand Dérangement, or the Great Upheaval, in 1750. After negotiations for 15 years, the Queen of England signed the Royal Proclamation on December 9th, 2003, acknowledging the wrongs in the name of the Crown. So here we fast forward to April 20th, 2010, and we have a flourishing Cajun culture in South Louisiana. In the executive branch of our government, both federal and state, there is something called executive privilege, where you're not required to disclose what a president or a governor discussed. And over the years, there's been a doctrine that has evolved called deliberations among the executive. And during the Bush presidency, Vice President Cheney invited members of the largest oil companies of the world to come into his office and the president's office and deliberate about new policies which would be applying to the oil industry. Various organizations filed a Freedom of Information Act asking for not only what took place in those discussions, but the parties who were present. In each case, the Bush administration declined to reveal any information, claiming this was an extension of executive privilege and could be kept secret from the American people. Unfortunately, it went to the Supreme Court, which upheld that doctrine. And as a result of that, we now see other governors, including Governor Jindal, opposing a state law in the legislature just this past week, which would have opened up for the public to know what went on in deliberations of matters affecting the public policy of the state. I have read editorials, I've read accounts that it was during the Bush-Cheney deliberations that a change in the tone and the policy of enforcement and application of federal laws took place, thereby giving less restrictions on the drilling in deep water, and probably, I would stress probably, because we still don't know the ultimate cause, in some form or fashion leading to the BP oil disaster. BP has represented to the court they have not denied any claims, but what they're doing is they're requiring additional documentation, and BP, the perpetrator, is stringing out these fishermen who continue to bring documentation in the hopes that eventually their claims will be paid. Everyone is fully cognizant of the fact that it will be necessary for us to institute a suit in federal court as a class action. But in the meantime, our hands are tied and we are constrained to follow the procedures set forth in this federal act. Another main concern that we've had is to make sure that we protect the workers who do go to work for BP in the cleanup efforts. We are in present negotiations with attorneys for BP, and I'm happy to say that we've reached substantial agreements as to safety concerns, as to the production of the chemical makeup of the dispersants, as to the total hazardous mitigation plan that BP has in place, and particularly what is the worst case scenario, because as we are advising the various organizations as to what they should be preparing to do, it's important for them to know what is the worst case scenario, and therefore make sure that that is prepared for, because it seems that what BP has done from the beginning is an attempt to minimize the dangers from the spill in terms of the quantity, the quality, the type of activities that they utilize to cap the well, which we all know thus far has been totally unsuccessful. So that primarily is what our group has been concerned with. We are also actively involved in opposing the stay order which BP has filed. And what they're trying to do is get the federal court transferred from Louisiana's Eastern District and Western District into Houston, Texas, which obviously would be a much more friendly venue for them to have their case heard. We now hear that President Obama and Governor Jindal has stated that this spill, this largest environmental disaster in the history of the United States, is threatening the very way of life of our people. And so, as I viewed the beginning of this commercial that BP started running May 30th, wherein they state that this spill should have never occurred, that we'll work to see that it never happens, and that we will work to make it right, it just occurs to me, I sure hope that they do work diligently to make it right, because we certainly do not want to see another 300 years go by before this British Petroleum Corporation located in London protects our wetlands and protects our way of life, because we certainly don't want to have another grand dérangement or great upheaval of our people again at the hands of the British.